So the first thing that you're going to want to do is get your hands on an Ikea Rast Dresser. You can go to your local Ikea store or go to ikea.com. This is the dresser that we got right here. It's super affordable. You can see it is only $35, so it is definitely a steal. So you're going to need to pick up a few things while you're at the store. Besides your Ikea Rast Dresser, you're going to need to get some sandpaper, 2 pieces of lattice molding, some wood glue, and some wood stain of your choice. It's really hard to pick out a stain color, but basically just focus on your own personal preference or your decor style of your house. We actually picked up one stain color and ended up hating it, so we went to our old standby provincial. Next, you need to get some lattice molding. At Lowe's, it's by the baseboards or the trim section of the store. It can be kind of hard to find, so we wanted to make sure to show you what it looked like. And last but not least, you're going to need to pick out your handles. This is the fun part. Just pick whatever goes with your style. We had our dresser for a couple of months, so Carter had to take it apart for us.
First, I took the drawers out, then I used the Phillips screwdriver to take off the handles. I cut the wood of the saw.
We started by cutting the long pieces of trim first, so measure the length of the drawer first, then use your miter saw or handsaw to cut the lattice molding to measured length. Don't feel like you need a fancy saw to do this project. We built our first DIY with only a handsaw, hammer, and nails. Also, always remember to measure twice and cut once.
Here we go, ready?
Come over here and see if it fits.
Yeah.
Is it the same length?
Yes.
Is it perfect?
Yes. Wait, I need the measure.
Once you have your long pieces in place, you want to measure the distance between both of the boards. Then you want to cut your short pieces to fit in between.
Next, you have to fill the holes with wood putty.
Now it's time to use some wood glue to glue your lattice molding onto your drawers. We prefer the Gorilla Glue brand because it completely sticks and it does not pull away at all. Once you get your pieces glued on, you're going to want to clamp them down in some way, shape, or form. We could not find any of our clamps. I have no idea what we did with them. So what we did was just set heavy objects onto our lattice molding once we got them glued to the dresser drawers. We used paint cans, bricks, anything that's heavy to hold them down, and you want to let them set until that glue dries. We left ours overnight, but I'm sure a couple hours would do just fine as well.
These are the drawers with all the pieces glued onto them. My dad uses an electric sander, but you can use a piece of sandpaper if you like.
Basically, you just want to sand the edges of the dresser and the molding until they're really smooth so there's no sharp edges. Once your wood glue is dried and you've sanded your project, you want to wipe it down with a damp cloth to get rid of all the dust particles. There are a million different ways you can stain your project, but we normally just cut up an old shirt and dip it into the stain and use it to stain our projects. So once we stained our project, it was looking just a little bit too perfect for me. I was wanting a more worn-in, boho eclectic vibe for mine. So what I did was decide to whitewash it. You just mix 1 part white paint with 1 part of water. Use an old paintbrush, the more beat up the better, to put your paint mixture onto your project. Then use an old cloth to wipe it off right away. This will give it that kind of rustic, boho, used vibe so it doesn't look brand new and perfect. Always use some sort of poly or wax to protect all of your hard work. To get the correct spacing for our handles, we measured first from the top and then from the side. Then we marked our place with a pencil so we'd know where to drill our pilot holes. Next, you're going to want to select the correct size drill bit and put it into your drill. Then go on your markings and use the drill to drill some pilot holes for the screws that will attach your handles. Ladies, if you want me to do any sort of videos to show you how ladies can use power tools as well, let me know and I'll be more than happy to do it. You're almost done. The last step is to screw in the handles using a screwdriver. Our screws required a Phillips screwdriver, and we just put the screws into the pilot holes and attach them to the handles.
This is our finished project. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.